This flat is what it is. You may need a new bathroom, you could put a new kitchen in, but I think minimum spend and a very quick turnaround. Let's see who fancied it when it went to auction.
Lot 35, it's a leasehold ground floor apartments, 2 bedrooms. So what should we say for lot 35? I beg your pardon, sir? It's only 1 bedroom. Is it only 1 bedroom? Well, if you've seen it, it's only 1 bedroom. So what should we say then? Can we say 30 to start? 30 is in, it's probably 2. 30,000 is... 30,000 is in. We're going ones on this at £30,000. 31, 32, 32, 33, 34, 35, 38, 39, £38,000. 39, anyone else? 39, 40, 41, 42, no, at 42, still with you, sir, in the middle, at £42,000. 43, anyone else? If not, £42,000 for the first time, £42,000 for the second time, third and final time, £42,000. You bought it, well done.
The man with the facts at his fingertips was Ray. Ray paid £42,000 for this 1 bed. Yes, definitely 1 bed flat. Ray's no stranger to Hammer, having appeared 3 times. The most recent, when he purchased a 2-bed flat in Dawley on behalf of a client. Ray has been buying and renovating properties for other people for the last 3 years, but he and his business partner Martin have over the last 9 years acquired 18 properties for their portfolio. Ray does the project managing for the properties they own, and he came along to tell me what the plans were for this one. But first, I wanted to get to the bottom of that auction confusion. Ray, nice to see you. Welcome back to the show.
How you doing? Thank you.
Tell us about the auction. How was it?
The auction was quite funny, really, because when we did the viewing on this property, they had it listed down as a 2-bedroom flat. And even the chap who was doing the viewings with us, with the keys, agreed that this is only a 1-bedroom flat. So, on the day of the auction, I informed the auctioneer during the auction this was only a 1-bedroom flat. And he did question me on it, and he did ask me, have I actually viewed it? And I had to say, yes, I viewed it. And I know it's a 1-bedroom flat because I own one 2 doors away, exactly the same configuration. So it did cause a bit of confusion at the time.
Why do you think there was the confusion at the auction house?
The only thing I can think of is you have like a small box room. I think they must have classed that as a 2nd bedroom, but I can assure you, because we looked at it in the other property that we've got, that it is below the minimum square meterage for a bedroom, so it would be illegal to advertise it as a 2nd bedroom.
Hence the hollering from the back of the room.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on, I'm talking to you. Come on.
Well, it definitely is a 1-bedroom flat, which goes to show you can't take anything for granted. In fact, many councils have introduced minimum room sizes, which you must conform to. And while these mostly apply to social housing, it's always worth checking with your planning department. In this case, Ray's policy of viewing the flat before the auction has paid off, but then he's an experienced property buyer, having got himself a portfolio of 18 properties.
About 9 years ago, we started. I was originally a mortgage broker. I stopped doing that some 3 or 4 years ago. And a friend of mine came to me. He was cash rich, time poor. I was time rich. And we sat down and we had a discussion and we decided property was the way to go forward. So ever since then, we've been doing properties. We're not hugely prolific, 2 or 3 a year. But over 9 years, that's built up a nice little portfolio for our pension.
So this was alongside your job, and now it's your full-time job?
Yes. When we first started, it was alongside the mortgage broker. Then the recession came in 2007. That killed the mortgage side. So we moved into this. I wouldn't say full-time, but I'm semi-retired. which is great for me at the moment.
So are you buying properties like this? Are they all similar?
Absolute priority is rental. It's a pension portfolio that we're trying to build up. One of the reasons we buy this type of property is because you can almost guarantee you're going to get a 10 or 11% return on your money. It's one of the reasons why I like the area and this type of property. Almost all our portfolio is in Telford. It's the closest area to where I live in the southeast of Buckinghamshire that I can get to that actually give me a 10% plus return on almost every property you buy.
You're a way away from home then, aren't you?
Oh yes, you take a property like this, tonight I'll move my camp bed in, my kettle, and we'll doss here for 3 nights a week.
So Ray, you'll actually move in, you'll bring a camp bed in, or you're going to actually move in and just blow up bed?
Yeah, one with a built-in motor.
Okay,
Stick it
plug it in, off it goes.
Off it goes. Sound is a pound.
Ray is happy to sacrifice comfort in order to maximise profit. And his blow-up bed should help avoid a blow-up budget. Staying on site means he'll be saving plenty on petrol and travel time. While he's here, Ray plans to project manage the renovation with his usual team of tradesmen he uses for his rental properties here in Telford. He's got a budget of £2,500, but for that sort of money, what exactly has he got lined up for this place?
Strip the wallpaper. The only problem you have in some of these properties is that they tend to wallpaper directly onto plasterboard. So when you rip the wallpaper off, you can end up with a terrible surface. So we may have to give it a quick plaster skim. So strip the wallpaper, skim it, paint it, new carpet, new cooker, clean up the outside patio area. Really, that's about it. A little bit more work in the kitchen and tidy up the bathroom a little bit, but not a lot.
Very minor, isn't it? And how long is it going to take you from this to finish?
Well, we could do this one in 10 days. We're not going to because we have another project going on at the same time, and the workmen will go from one project to the other project and back again. So I'm in no hurry to get this one done in 10 weeks, so I'll give you a 6-week timescale.
And you'll get them both done at the same time?
Both done at the same time.
With your experience, it won't be a problem, pal.
Thank you, Ian.
Good luck, Ray.
Thank you.
So Ray finally got his 1-bedroom flat in the end. And again, he's chose wisely. This will be a quick, cosmetic turnaround with his small budget and that 6-week period. Will he get it all done? Will he be happy with the finish? You can find out later on in the programme. We've seen how everything turned out for one of our buyers, but there's more to come.
Yes, was there potential profit to be released?
I think we should take a look.
We return to Shropshire, to the town of Telford, which, with its increasing population and business expansion, makes an ideal place for the buy-to-let investor. That's exactly what attracted Ray, who, along with his business partner, bought this 1-bed flat for £42,000. And if Ray looks familiar, that's because he's no newcomer to Homes Under the Hammer, having previously appeared on the show with properties bought in, well, you guessed it, Telford. Although he hails from Buckinghamshire, 120 miles away, Ray focuses on the Telford area because of its good rental yields. And in order to protect that budget, you, of course, need to get the budget under control. Ray had a plan that, well, blew me away. You're a way away from home then, aren't you?
Oh yes, you take a property like this, tonight I'll move my camp bed in, my kettle, and we'll doss here for 3 nights a week.
So Ray, you'll actually move in, you'll bring a camp bed in, or
blow-up bed.
Blow-up bed?
Yeah, one with a built-in motor.
Okay,
Stick it
plug it in, off it goes.
Off it goes. Sound is a pound.
Ray was tackling 2 properties at the same time, so keeping in this one made a lot of sense. He thought a 6-week timescale was generous, as this was an easy one, and that stripping the wallpaper and skimming the walls would be the hardest bit. With a budget of £2,500, camping gear on standby, he was raring to go. 6 weeks later, how's it looking? Well, exactly as Ray intended, redecorated and recarpeted. The flat is fresher and smarter all round. The kitchen has had the same treatment with some retiling thrown in for good measure, but it looks like Ray has added a bit more to this flat than originally intended.
The only thing that we changed our minds on this property is the fact that we decided to semi-furnish it. We were actually gifted a few items like the sofa and the chair. Once we were gifted that, then we thought, well, why not put in a washing machine and fridge freezer and a TV? The extra rental we should get should well cover that and makes a change from our normal offering.
Good idea, Ray. It does make the flat more appealing to a potential tenant.
And a little of that human touch, just a little of that human touch.
And the box room, well, it's still a box, but it could make a decent enough study. And moving on, the bathroom has had a lick of paint, and it's in the pink.
The only thing that we were concerned on before we actually started the work was what we would find under the wallpaper, because you never know what you're going to hit. But fortunately, all the plaster on the wallpaper was of a good standard. So filled in a few holes, quick rub down, paint on top, no problem at all.
And just as Ray predicted, sprucing up this place only took 10 days. But in fact, he's been a busy boy over the past 6 weeks here in Telford.
I've used this property to actually stay up here 2 or 3 nights a week because I've got 2 other properties at the moment that I'm renovating, and there's another one in the pipeline. I quite enjoy coming up here for 2 or 3 nights, although after about the 3rd night I can't wait to get home. Trouble is, after 3 days of being at home, I can't wait to get back up here to see how the work is going. So it's not a bad compromise.
3 nights a week, you're gone. 3 nights a week, that's too long.
And for Ray, his time away from home makes plain good business sense.
We buy in Telford mainly because here we can get somewhere in the region of 10%. Down south, you're lucky to get 5%. Therefore, by the time you've remortgaged a property down south, you're not actually making any income. You're relying purely on capital growth. And that's not the way we want to work.
But of course, getting that sort of yield on your investment depends not just on how much you spend buying the place, but also on how much it costs to do up.
Our original budget without fees was 2,500. We came in at 3,500. I was probably a little optimistic to begin with, as we all are. But then we weren't expecting to semi-furnish the property, to buy fridge freezers, TVs, washing machines and items like that, which helped to push us over the budget.
Added to that purchase price of £42,000, the total outlay here is 45.5 grand. Time to find out what 2 local estate agents thought of this 1-bed flat, starting with the agent who first saw the property before its makeover.
The changes that have been carried out to the property are generally good. It's all been decorated and sort of made nice and light throughout. New carpets, generally good for the market, but the place that this would appeal to.
I think the property's okay. I think the original kitchen's been retained, so you've got a good sized kitchen diner. But I'd certainly say it's suitable for the rental market.
For the rental market, the standard and finish and the improvements that have been carried out is probably spot on. It looks nice and fresh, clean as you walk in, but absolutely fine for the rental market.
And that's exactly where it's going. But having spent £45,500, what sort of rental return could Ray expect?
If this property's on the rental market furnished, I'd say it was worth £425 per calendar month.
Fully furnished, I would suggest an asking price of £450 per calendar month.
We have the rental on the market at the moment for £450 a month. I would normally expect to get between £400 and £425 for an unfurnished property. So I'm hoping to get an extra £25, £50 a month because it's partially furnished. And I think £450 is a fair price, and we will achieve it.
Ray knows his onions here, and if he did manage to get that rental income, then he could expect an amazing annual yield of just under 12%. But the agents reckon selling the house could achieve between £55,000 to £62,500, giving Ray a potential profit of up to £17,000.
Potentially a good markup on the resale, but by the time you pay solicitors' costs and things like that, it's not quite the return that most people think it is. So no, we will stick with this property for some time to come.
So no doubt this property will be earning Ray and his business partner a nice little income to add to their growing portfolio. And surely after this project, Ray can start to think about putting his blow-up bed into storage.
We're not particularly cash rich. I think people think because we're buying properties at auction that we're particularly cash rich. We're not. We have to wait till we remortgage one property before we go and buy the next. So it's quite a slow process. But at the end of the day, our objective is to become both cash rich and time rich.